Hey y'all, welcome back to Lay It on the Line. This your girl Jameelah.
And your boy Miles.
Miles, how you been?
I mean, cooling. How about yourself?
Good. You just had a birthday. How was it?
Yeah, it was lovely. I always lovely to have a birthday. And
What you about
birthdays
like 52 now?
somewhere around them corners, but the other way around, 25.
25.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
25
yeah,
staying alive.
yeah.
So you know what? I want to jump into some hot topics
What you
today.
got? What you talking about?
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I heard about that sucker.
Shannon Sharp, how old is he? He about your age, what, like 50 something, right?
Yeah, he ain't too much older. Yeah, he around somewhere like
All
that.
right, so let me ask you this. Off the muscle, at your age, do you feel like it's inappropriate? Because everybody know I be watching stuff on the internet. You know, everybody's comments are saying he had no business messing around with a girl so young. Do you think that because she's 18 or older, that makes it okay because they both are consensual adults? Or do you think that he had no business messing with her in the first place?
Well, it depends. If he got a first, I mean, I think if he got a daughter, each person do what they want. Some people want young girls because they feel like they make them seem young. But at the end of the day, I think at a certain age, your youngness need to be to a certain number too.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And but
So what's the cutoff limit for you?
with my age, I
Hmm.
mean, how they look, I don't know if I would want a female that's the same age as my daughter.
Hmm.
So if I'm gonna go young, she got to at least be older than my daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think I could date a man or a boy or a young man that's younger than my son.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Oh, they right there same age
maybe when
and
my son is in his 30s, I can date somebody that's in their 30s,
but
but
still be up older than him.
yeah, but not 18, like
No,
teenager.
no,
And
no.
I don't think she was 18. I think she's like either
20.
19 or 20,
Yeah,
but
20.
she's a OnlyFans model. So
Uh,
when I look at it, I don't think that Shannon looked at or considered her age. He just looked at somebody that he could fulfill some fantasies with.
yeah. Well, she's like a little po-ass racehorse.
I mean, that might be what he like. He's into white women, and there's no shade, nothing against white women. Your
Nah.
preference is your preference, but I think that my issue that I have with him is Shannon Sharp. You are a successful black man. You put yourself in a situation to get duped by a young girl, and a lot of times it's just a lot of these girls. I feel like they get away with murder. You know what I'm saying? Like they go out, they look for these certain men that could change their life. She's an OnlyFans model. She don't care about exposing her body or having sex for money. You know what I'm saying? So you, as a rich man who have a lot to lose, why would you even put yourself in a situation to where somebody can sue you? Like, look at T.I. and Tiny, and look at R. Kelly. Like all these people, they ended up having like those non-disclosures. You know that you're dealing with a thought, so why wouldn't you get a non-disclosure or something like that so that somebody wouldn't sue you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, man, if you gonna mess with them, at least go to the strip club, get you someone that's about their money. Cause sometimes you gotta
The strip
understand,
club and the OnlyFans is the same thing.
a little different.
If you gonna meet them, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you still finna mess around with this girl.
That's true, but I think at the end of the day, man, some folks like you got girls out here actually they that's they hustle is to catch licks like that.
Yeah,
And
she
then be
caught
somebody,
one.
yeah, and then somebody be on their team, be roaching them, be helping them, like, hey man, we can get this money.
Hmm.
Might even introduce you to that person, like, I got a way we can get paid together. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
see girls doing that to regular average dudes. So like at his age and at his level of success, how do you not know? Don't get caught up in it.
Well, if they smart, you better go on with your own camera and video. Say, let me record this, so that way anything she cues and say, have you been? If you want to mess with her, if that's
That's
what
some
you
good
should do,
advice.
like man, go on with your phone, have your phone read out, record this
Well, clearly
conversation.
somebody had their phone out and was recording because she had him on audio recording
So that's
saying that he
so,
was gonna choke her.
but so this is the key. What I'm saying, if a person call you and they record you, that's part of the setup.
Hmm.
Joker's not understanding
I
that.
don't know if she called him. I think they was in the same room and they was having a conversation and she
So,
recorded.
but the thing
And
about
they
it,
could have been
it can
role
be
playing.
they can be part of that's part of the play. So have your phone going on. Like be more wise about how you say something to make it be known. Like
Yeah,
so, what type of play you like? You like for me to grab you by your neck?
yeah,
You like for me to do this to you? You
yeah.
know, you want me like to do that? So what you gonna do?
I
How
just
you
think
like,
that y'all men
so
need to be more careful because at the end of the day, it's been history. A woman can say anything and you going down. It's not you're innocent until proven guilty, especially when you are a black man, a successful black man, and it is a white woman or a woman of that's not a black person
yeah,
saying that you raped her, that you sodomized her, that you threatened to choke her, or whatever the hell this woman done said. At the end of the day, a woman can say this man, this big old black man, slapped me across my head and he abused me or he raped me. They're gonna believe her. So as a black man, stop putting yourself in these situations to where a woman can take your freedom from you.
that's
They're
true.
gonna listen to the woman over the man. That's just a no brainer. It always happened that way.
But at the end of the day, it's all about who make who. I mean, he got to realize. People have to realize at the end of the day what you need to be more wise about. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
nobody can make you realize nothing but yourself.
So age doesn't play a factor into when you become wise. Excuse me, because I would think that at his age he should
Should
be
be
wise.
wise.
And it's crazy because somebody had played a clip and it was like Monique tried to warn him. I watched the episode where Monique was telling him, Shannon, you need to leave these young girls alone. You need to leave these white women alone. You need to get you an old black woman that know how to cook. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? One
yeah.
that's gonna rub your feet when you come home. Why is it that? And you said it. You say a lot of times men they want these young women because they make them feel young. I do believe that that is the main thing. The young girls the younger women make the older men feel young. Why is it that you just can't accept being
Who you are.
seasoned?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it is what it is. Everybody had a choice on what they choose to do and how they want to do it. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, me personally, I ain't trying to do it. I mean, if I got millions, I mean, forget all. I know I can get money. I can get whoever I want. But if I'm gonna strike, I'm going after the ones with the money too.
Yeah, because
But
they're going to
but
have more to
yeah, but if
lose.
I'm gonna mess with any YT or whatever they be calling these Caucasian folks, I'm gonna have video footage going on every time I deal with them. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Hell, even
Hmm.
with my little old $100, I'm gonna have me some type of video card if I was to do it. You
Yeah, I
know what I'm
think you
saying?
should have everything written in the text. So you said you want to give me some. Let her respond. That way, when she come back and say, "I never said," yes, you did, because I have my
You
receipts
damn
right here on
right.
my
Be
phone.
smart, but they gotta be smart, like you say. It's plenty of people out here. It's ways you can get plenty of people that ain't with that. But a lot of some of these women out here are set to be bound, set and look for stuff like that to come up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's what they hunt for, to try to find them a lick.
Well, most of these women, they ain't even just trying to set you up in that way. They just trying to get pregnant so
That's what
they
I'm
can get
saying. They
some
trying to
money.
set up them a lick.
So why don't men or like as a man, like what do you teach the young fellas that's coming up behind you? Like you have these athletes, they are successful. They millionaires in college and they don't protect themselves to be able to identify or just be smart enough to know that this girl don't want you. She's looking for her future. Like she ain't even trying to be in a relationship with you, but she know you got money, so she gonna have a baby, so she get 20% of your income.
Yeah.
Like why aren't boys taught to have self-worth and value to know like, hey, I'm not going to just give my seed to anybody so she could take my money and live off of, because women are making a career out of
Okay.
being baby mamas to men who have money.
Well, because at the end of the day, man, we all, men and women both, we have to finally really have to face reality. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? They go both ways. So yeah, these young cats, way society is now, they everything they do is like it's a trend for us women. If a woman wear this and they wearing these skimpy see-throughs, they see somebody wearing it, then next thing you know, everybody want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? And it's portrayed in the world to us as men. We look at it and be like, man, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Man, so it make us want to go after it, right?
Yeah,
But at
what
the
they
end of it,
saying is
yeah,
what
but
look
at the
good.
same time, and a lot of these women, they play a role like they trying to catch a certain man because this is what they want. They want the certain attraction, but then they get this man that they think that's what they want and realize now you stuck with a problem and an issue. And then these fellas go after some of these broads thinking they getting what they want and realize they stuck in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you have to face reality and realize who is the person that's really, how can you face the truth with yourself? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So at the end of the day, you need to learn that, man. Everybody have to face the truth and understand, like, man, everything that look good ain't good for you, and everything that you might want ain't good. Have your own set, have your own trend, you know.
Yeah.
Do your own style. I mean, it's nothing wrong with, catching fashion, but it seems like so many people nowadays, if any celebrity come out with something on crazy, everybody wearing them.
Yeah, I've never been like that type of person. I like what I like.
And that's what it's gonna
I'm
be.
not even a label whore. If I see something and it happens to be name brand, if I like it, I get it. But if I go out and I see something that don't have a label on it and it look good on me, I don't have a problem with getting
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But I think that society, I don't even know who's in control of it, but like what is played. Like I've been driving a lot lately, right?
yeah,
Every time I turn on the radio, it's Kendrick Lamar, or Glorilla. Glorilla, then Chris Brown, then Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against that, but I just feel like whoever's over the media, who's ever over the radio station, who's ever over like the TV, the stuff on TV, they're putting out these images of these women or how men, and it's the black people. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I don't see white people, I don't see Hispanic people or Asian people on TV um, being slutty or
Oh, they are, but you just don't
I
see
mean,
it as
they might
much.
be in their own right, but I don't see it being plastered over the TV. Every
Hmm.
time I see a video or hear a song, it's some thought shit. It's a woman talking about taking a man money. It's a talking about how she don't need a man for this, or it's a man talking about how he finna rob this dude, or he gonna sell this dope. And it's when you have so many parents that's working out of time and the kids is at home on the internet, on the TV, on the iPad, listening to music, all they hear is sexual stuff. All they see on TV is sexual stuff. Before it used to come on at nighttime, and then they might just show a little bit of something. You had Benny Hill with the women just
Yeah,
running around with the sexy outfits.
yeah.
Now they're actually showing
More
body parts.
exclusive.
Like you never seen men body parts, but now you watch a Tyler Perry movie, they gonna show you the whole naked man. And they're exposing so much more sexuality and sex on TV to where it just makes our culture think like I have to be naked in order to get attention, or
Yeah,
I have to be a rapper or a dope dealer in order to get this type of woman. So it's like the media is programming our children to think, or not even just our children, just young adults to think that they have to be a certain way. At what point do we take control and say, hey, we need to be classy. We need to be respectful because they're not going to respect us. They not like us, but they ain't going to respect us if every time they see us, we flipping tables or we got our ass. Man, I seen at a concert this black woman was shaking her butt and her whole behind was out. And where they do that? Like, where your friends at? Like, is that who we become now?
but see that go back to like you say, man. What decision do men or women make by what age? By the time you hit 40, don't you think they should make some type of decision?
I think before
Decision?
40. I think before 40, you should know, like, hey, I'm an adult. I'm grown. I'm responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your 20s, that's when you jumping out at the red light, twerking on the headlights,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But at 30,
You
mm,
come, you phase not that.
at 30, you might, stop at the red light and inside your car, you doing a little something. But as you get older, you should mature in certain things. What they say in the Bible, you do away with those childish things.
Yeah,
You should want more. Your perception should be important to you.
yeah.
So I wouldn't even say at 40 you should know what you want to do or where you should be in life. By the time you get 35,
You should have
you
your
should already know like this is who I am
and
and
where
this
you
is
trying to
because after
start.
35 you are who you are.
Yeah, yeah. Cause you have people over 40 and they still be doing shit as they young or something. Cause you see a lot of older cats still out here doing shit as if they would look young kids. And I mean back in their teens and 20s. And,
Slow to mature.
it is what it is. But like you say, every man and woman need to make a decision on what they need to be doing and what they goals and what they trying to do and achieve by at
Hmm.
least by 40. 40, I mean, you should be already on that rocky road going to the top of the hill, getting established, have everything mapped up, got your ducks lined up. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you think that people come to the conclusion like, you know what? I'm 40 years old. I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Like some people don't know their path. They don't know what their destiny is.
And that's why a lot of men and women be trapped and unable to move forward.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because they's too busy stuck in these here ways, and sometimes the environment that we live in, we live out like so. Us as blacks, we always have to pattern. I notice how a lot of people always represent. They be like, yeah, I'm from North Philly, or I'm out the Acres home. Yeah, I'm through this Fifth Ward for life. Like, what do the hood got to do with who you are as a person?
Right.
So they make you real because you from because you from that city. They make you that you got hands because you from that person. Do they make you because you got I need to know, what does that make? That don't mean nothing.
I be hearing like I'm from dead end, so I guess I just supposed to be scared because you from dead end.
We
Like,
bought that over here. So I'm trying
yeah,
to figure out what do that supposed to mean. Like at the end of the day, forget all that
because
because
everybody from the hood don't
that
got hands.
don't have hand. Everybody from the hood ain't making money.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying
What's
to figure out
important to you?
what's important to you. I mean, you can be from there, but if you tell somebody from there, they supposed to bag down and say, "Oh man, I don't want to fool with
Oh,
y'all."
you from New York? I'm
Yeah,
scared.
yeah, you from the. So, but what I'm trying to figure is, and then we use our mentality because we from the hood. I'm 100, man. It's 1,000. I'm from. Why that we just can't be regular? Like, I guess if we label ourselves a certain way, people look at us a certain way and approach us and be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna fool with that fool."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we be trapped into this here hood mentality, and you know what I'm saying? Like I say, like you say, if you can't change your hood mentality, if you don't change your hood mentality, how can you change reality?
You can't grow like
You know what I'm
that.
saying? How can I hire you to work for me when you read your first book in the penitentiary?
Hey, we listen and we don't judge. I don't think that we should judge when or
No,
where a
no, no,
person
no, no,
start
no, no.
reading,
I'm not
as
saying
long as
that.
they picked up the book.
But yeah, they can pick up the book. But why would I hire you? The only time you wanted to read the book was when you're in the
Because
penitentiary.
when you got
Why you
out,
didn't
you
learn
ain't want
that?
to
But why
read
you didn't want to
nothing.
learn that game out here in the free world?
True. Well, I mean, there's second chances. So they didn't learn it in the free world before they went to the
But
penitentiary.
I ain't say that Q said. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, at least when they got there, they
Yeah.
did something. you
but
know,
but but it's real talk though.
it
I'm just being
is.
honest with it though.
It
Like,
is.
why would I hire you and you read your first book in the penitentiary?
But how would you know that?
Hmm?
How would you know when I read my first book?
Because before you went to that motherfucker, you weren't doing shit.
True.
And there's nothing wrong with because some people go to jail and sharpen their game and realize where they want to be.
Yeah.
And they come home and they strive off right. I'm talking about booming.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And on point. And I tip any nigga for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you made a mistake. You went down there and you realized this ain't for you. It ain't about you being scared. You just realize I'm not. I'm the type of person. I'm a grown man. I don't want no other grown man telling me when I gotta go to bed, when to get up. If they
When to
decide to
eat.
shake that motherfucking right, you squat, you get your butt naked, squat, telling you on eat. Like, I want to move freely.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do what I want to do so I can make my bread. I can get in here and sharpen my tool, make me think where in life that I really need to be. I don't
Mhm.
want to be trapped. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have people that go to jail and they got good hearts,
Yeah.
and they in a decision because the environment they in, they stuck there, and they because they're around it, it caused them to go back into that habitat that they know.
Yeah.
Like, these folks go take animals from the wildlife and bring them to the zoo, and
Mhm.
then when animal attack, they be like, oh, I don't know why that motherfucker still.
Out in the wilderness, he
This
don't
is where
know
he
how to
come from.
behave. Yeah.
Because you got him trapped in here, but that's his hunting skills. You trying to take something from him and make him realize, hey, you wait on me to feed you.
Yeah.
And some cats are good, but is it because the environment and it might be because they don't have nobody that can help them get out of there,
Yeah.
move them away from that circle. And sometimes us as people, we have to say, you know what? Let me try to figure out what I can do to remove myself from over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's hard though, because you just stuck in this environment. Everything you know, everything you do. Don't you notice how you can go to the hood, and then there's nothing wrong with the hood, man. You can learn a lot of shit. You see a lot of shit in the hood.
Well, they re-gentrifying the hood now, so there ain't gonna be too many more hoods
Yeah,
left.
they doing a lot of taking stuff down and rebuilding and stuff like that. But you can go to the hood and it seems like a lot of people they get over. It's a lot of stuff that they do, and it seems like if I continue to do this way or act this way, I'm letting you know what I'm about
Mhm.
and what I'm real. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I just feel like that we have to change at some point. We don't want to be trapped and always want to live. We want to make sure things better. Like, I feel like if it ain't great for you, at least let your kids have the opportunity to be better for them.
I think that that's gonna take parents communicating with their kids and letting them know, like, this is what I told my son. You're not gonna grow and you're not gonna advance. You're not gonna do better if you're hanging with people that's doing the same thing that you're doing, or you're hanging with people that have not even gotten to your level. If you want to be successful in life, you need to surround yourself with people that are successful or people that are already on the path to success. Because you hang with somebody that ain't trying to do nothing in life, somebody that's breaking the law every day, somebody that don't want to do nothing but smoke weed, ride around, and mess with females. How are you gonna excel over that?
Yeah.
You're not gonna excel. You need to get with somebody that you see. Okay, well, you know what? Miles, he got his own business. Like he got a nice house, he got a nice car. You need to hang with Miles because he could teach you what he did, or he can help you change your mentality to where that you can think on a higher level. So parents need to actually start being involved with their kids and talking to their kids to let them know. Back in the day when your parents like, oh, you don't need to hang with that dude or you don't
Yeah.
need to hang with that girl. We think our parents is just being mean or
Yeah.
cruel. No, your parents see something in that child and they don't want that to rub off on you
Yeah.
because it's gonna rub off. So if you put yourself in a position to where you're around people that like to read, that want to study, that want to go to work, that want to save their money, that want to buy things and have nice things, that's gonna rub off on you.
Yeah.
If I don't know how to become successful, I'm gonna hang around somebody successful, and then I can see what success look like. But if all you doing is sitting around and on a computer all day, or hanging out and chilling in the hood, you ain't gonna learn no more than what them hood niggas know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, even if you're in the hood, you can have somebody that's doing great, or find somebody who got a high potential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That can bring the best out of them. Like, if you feel like, cause some people they don't have pride. They be like, man, you know what, man, I'm tired of this, man. I mean, tell me, man, cause you got people that still do good and go to the hood, just hang with them and chill and talk to them. Maybe buy a few beer, but sometime in life, people be like, I don't know who I can turn to. I don't know who I can.
Turn to Jesus. That's who you
Yeah.
turn to.
Turn
Go to
to them and
God.
they help you get high potential to get out the hood. Just change your life, period. I ain't gonna say the hood, just to change your life, period. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that you know in the family, if it's a cousin, even if you don't talk to your cousin, be like, cuz, man, I be seeing you, man. I really need, I want you to give me a little guidance to help me,
Yeah.
to try to help myself to get better. Or
Yeah.
can you come over here and help these kids a little bit for me, show them how, I don't really know, but I want you to school them a little bit. And so, because I don't have it. I
Right.
ain't I ain't brought up with the
It's a
skills.
village.
Yeah, yeah. But everybody have to make a choice. But sometimes us as parents can raise our kids right, but they
Hmm.
veer off to go left. You know what I'm saying?
They their own people.
They their own people. They veer off to
And
go
I hate
left.
when people try to blame the parent because I know how I raised mine.
Yeah,
And mine done did some stuff that he know damn well better than to do. So
yeah,
you can't blame me, especially when they are at a certain age. Parents can teach their children all day. They can talk to them till they blue in the face, and those kids gonna still do what they want to do. And people want to blame the parents, but when you gonna start holding the child accountable for what they do?
they choice and
You done
decisions.
taught them right from wrong. You done gave them a good life. You
Yeah.
done showed them sacrifice. You done showed them hard work. You can't have the nice things in life if you ain't willing to
Work
work
for it.
for it.
But you know
You
what
know?
though? But it's crazy because I said this before. Us as parents that try to raise our kids right and grow and do things better, them be the ones always fucking up.
Yeah.
And you have kids that really don't have all the stuff, living like they living, and them be the ones sometime come out doing successful
They
things.
go
And
harder.
some of them, don't get me wrong, some of them still because they young, they love that hood, so that's how they always keep their mentality on that hood stuff. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
I
But
have a problem with the ones that didn't grow up in the hood, but they want to be from the hood. So
yeah,
they're like, why do you glorify being from the bottom? I don't get that. Like, why in our culture do our children feel like they want to be from the hood? They want to brag
uh,
about being from the
yeah,
hood. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like, I
don't.
don't get that. Like, I ain't never wanted to be from the hood. I ain't never wanted to be ghetto. I just, I don't understand. And I don't know if I shouldn't be blaming the media, but it's like the media glorify that hood
Bullshit.
stuff, the
Yeah,
bull crap. You know what I'm saying? But why would you want to live in the ghetto?
yeah. I mean, me personally, let me ask you, what is one, if not the largest concern for as a man or woman?
In
For a
life
woman,
or like in
just
relationship,
anything, just
a major concern.
overall. What if not, one, or what is the largest concern you think that a woman, and I'm a man, or man, you feel that
that I have.
Yeah. That you think maybe it can be, or just as a woman, what you think might be one, if not the largest concern for you as a woman, or just women, period.
For women, period, I think a major concern that we have, and it could go for men too, is just like not being a failure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of women want to get married. You want to have a successful marriage. You want to have a family, you know, and a lot of times you fear failure of those things. And that's a big concern. You want to be able to grow in life, grow in your relationship, grow in your finances. So a big concern is being able to choose the right partner that can help you grow together to be able to have a future that you want, because we're going to get older,
Yeah.
and if we're lucky, we're going to continue to live and be here, and you want to be settled and you want to be stable. So for me, a major concern is stability.
Yeah. With
Finding the right
support.
person and finding the right job, and being able to be not just so much consent, but to be secure and stable. That's a concern, stability.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me personally, I feel that one of the biggest concern as a man, you know, I always say that um, I feel I'm a true believer that the power of a tongue is everything.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? And I think in life, sometimes us in life, we as blacks, and maybe other race, but I think we as blacks that come up from a lower income, we always speaking as if it's someone holding us back. We want to grow, we want to elevate, but our mind of growing and elevate is coming off the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But our real concern is we really want to live the right life.
Yeah,
We
just your
really want
life.
to live good. We
Mhm.
really want to do this, but because we're in the environment we in, we always feel like this is what I know. This is what I'm gonna do. Sometimes we I think a lot of time people that's in the streets and that's doing certain things, they so more addicted for the fashion, the capping, and then trying to impress on women. But the big
Mhm.
concern is we really want to be away from that shit.
Do y'all really though? Because I
I
feel like
well,
men do a lot of things to capture the
you
attention
and
of a
that's true.
woman.
But I mean, well, I'm gonna
Women
speak for
is
me.
most men downfall. Most men in prison
It's
because
behind a
of a
woman,
woman.
yeah. And behind a woman, instead of man using their head, a woman can get a lot of men crossed up.
Yeah.
He say, she say, she can be doing something over here and then tell this dude something instead of him sitting checking with the pot. Man, hold on, man, what's going on? First on, before we get to this, what's really going on, man? She trying and get to the bottom, and how
Mhm.
long she doing this to get you off the map and you know what I'm saying? Now you in jail for nothing, and she's still over here
Mhm.
doing what she want to. So our biggest concern, me personally, I think, man, the biggest concern for us is just trying to. I think we be paranoid about the laws messing with us a lot. Got a bad habit, but sometimes I feel that we bring that upon ourselves.
In
You
what
know what I'm
way?
saying? Huh?
In what way?
In our actions, the way we carry and act with ourselves and the way we portrayed ourselves a lot of
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about balling down. You can be cool, you be tough, but at the end of the day, I'm two person like this here. You can still be gangster. You can still be hood. You can still be all you want to be, but you can also can be player, classy,
Sophisticated.
and
Mhm.
sophisticated, and just sit back and be cool and calm with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and still be able to get through any situation.
Yeah.
When it's dealing with the law, they ain't gonna approach it because they feel like, okay, this dog, I can approach him. I don't feel like I need to come aggressive with him.
Right, right.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
I think that a lot of men are not aware of their body language. Like I talk to my son all the time. I say, dude, you and he's always been bigger than his age. People will find you intimidating when you are a big person or when you are a black man, especially if you're a dark skinned man. And I don't care what
Mm.
nobody say about colorism. Colorism is
Real,
real.
real.
Mostly non-melanated people are threatened and intimidated by a dark skinned big guy. So if you talking with aggression or you talking with like all this animosity in your face, it's gonna be hard for the police
To
to come
identify.
at you and be calm because they're gonna feel like you're aggressive, and when you're aggressive, you are a threat. So I think that with our culture, we need to still humble ourselves and kind of like, yes, a massa, no, some massa, because we ain't free. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've seen so many videos where a black person could just get pulled over and they ask the cop, well, what's the reason you pulled me over? And the cop just go ham. But a white man or a white woman can be like, why you pull me over?
Yeah, yeah,
And nothing happens. They
yeah,
give them a warning.
yeah,
But a black person, they're gonna tell you to get out your car. They're gonna slam you on the hood.
yeah.
And I don't know why people still act like that's not a reality. And
That's
it makes
reality.
it very hard as a black person. Like I can't even leave out of my house without fearing that, well, my son went down the street, something gonna happen because he a big old black man. You know what I'm saying? So I think us just as a culture in general, we just have to still,
Um,
we have to understand we are not as free as we think we are. At the end of the day, just like the little boy that killed the student at the track meet with a knife,
oh, I ain't know that.
they gave him $1 million bond. But you have another kid that done killed somebody, you know what I'm saying, killed multiple people, and his bond wasn't $1 million. You cannot say that racism is still not real in this country or in this state, because it is. That happened in Texas. It was a teenage boy got attacked by a big old white boy. He told the boy, don't mess with me or you gonna find out, basically. And the boy attacked him and he stabbed him. And everybody is making it about, oh, it's not about race. Then what is it about? Because he defended himself, and then y'all said his bond at $1 million, like he went and shot up the school.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that racism isn't still real, you know. So we as a culture, we need to realize that we're not going to be treated the same.
Yeah, and so that's I just think so we have that's a big concern for us as black men, man. We have to start sticking more together, man.
Yeah.
We got I mean I just how I feel about it, because at the end of the day we don't stick together, we don't pull. Now when we go to jail, we end up pulling together because when you're in there is this is
Y'all
this,
have
but we
only
try
each
to
other.
ride together and hold together. When we go
Hmm.
certain places, we try to ride together and stick. And but you get back here in the street world, it's like we got animosity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, sometimes a lot of us have a lot of things that's going on, and but because us as men or anybody, sometimes we feel like we don't have nobody we can express our raw emotions to.
Yeah. Do you don't feel like that black men that are in relationships, is it hard for y'all to express your emotions to the person that you with? Because I feel like when you are in a relationship, the person that you with, you should be able to talk to them and tell them what you're going through. I know as a black man, it's probably hard that, you go out in this world and this world is so cold. You should be able to come home and be able to tell your wife or your girlfriend, hey, I feel so defeated, and you shouldn't feel no kind of way. Like you shouldn't think that she's gonna judge you or look down on you or look at you less than a man when he tell you, like, I feel some kind of way. I feel insecure. I feel scared. I feel like, I don't think that men tell they women that they feel scared. Like women walk around thinking that y'all ain't scared of nothing because y'all don't express that. Like what happened or what makes it to where the black man feels like he can't just be vulnerable to his woman.
I don't feel that way because if I feel like I want to let my woman know something, I'm gonna tell her.
But not you, but like,
But people,
have you
I
seen that in any of your friends or people that you
well, I
know?
don't know because I think
I feel like y'all hold men, y'all
some
hold a
sometimes we
lot
do. We
in.
hold a lot in. I think it's to a certain extent, but some of us men will actually probably tell our woman something. Sometimes women will take that, but like, yo, being he said that. But at the end of the day, that what that got to do, you ain't hurting me by saying what I told you, because I feel like I should be able to talk to you. So if I can't talk to you, then this should be a problem. So I feel like sometimes we don't have nobody we can maybe talk to, because sometimes you tell somebody a lot of time we're telling you about how we feel. Sometimes we're not looking for an answer. We just need to get off our chest.
Hmm.
And if you a good woman that's supportive, no, she will give you a good feeling and understanding back. But if I feel like this here, if you as a man or us as a man, we feel like we really don't have nobody to talk to about our real raw emotions, I say pray about it.
Hmm.
Like if you don't believe in nothing else, man, pray about it and talk to the man above. About just talk to him however you would talk to somebody else. And let
I
him
think
help you
that
and guide
that's
you,
good.
but you still should be able to relieve yourself and talk to somebody, especially if it's
Yeah.
another if it's
You
your
got to get it off your chest. It'll eat you up. But I just think that men should feel comfortable enough to talk to their woman. I
it
mean,
should be.
if you can't talk to your woman, at least talk to your mama. Don't let that sit on your chest and it start to eat away at you. Like, I just know it seemed like it's hard to be a black man. You got a woman that gonna put a baby on you, that's gonna file child support, that's gonna lie and send your ass to jail. Then you're driving down the street, you gotta worry about the police pulling you over. police brutality. Then you're on your job, you can't be aggressive, you can't be opinionated, because then they're gonna feel like, oh, you are, if you're a woman, you're an angry black woman, but if you're a man, oh, he's a threat. It's just like, it's so many different things that y'all have to consider when you walk out that door. So you should be able to walk back into the door and tell your woman, like, I just need a hug. Like, men just don't express um certain emotions that women get to, and I just think that we're all human. So why is it okay for a woman to be vulnerable, or for a woman to show her sadness, and a man just got to be so hard and don't have no feelings, and he just supposed to suck it up?
I don't know, but that goes back to like you as a person. What do you demand of another person,
Mhm.
especially if that's your mate or whatever it's gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm with somebody and I can't express, I'm gonna demand certain things from this person.
Mhm.
I demand that, if you're gonna be my lady or my woman that's my ride or die, I demand that these certain things that I look, I'm looking for you to support and be there and understand. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So if I might say like, my your role for me and I'm demanding from you is to understand and listen when I talk.
Right.
Hear me out when I talk.
Mhm.
Don't make it seem like everything about you. If I'm telling you, you ask me what's up, and then I don't tell you, then you be like, you don't say nothing. But because when I speak, then when I do speak and say something, you don't listen. You make it always seem like it's about you. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
My thing is like you listen to me. You want me to listen to you? Listen to me. And
Mhm.
don't. And I want you to I want you to hold yourself accountable for when you wrong.
Right.
When you know you wrong, admit, say, hey, baby, you know what? I was probably wrong. I was a little angry. Let me clear that. Let me correct myself.
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These are things that I demand. I demand you to always carry yourself as a woman and be that woman and be a supporter of a woman as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let me ask you this question before we wrap it up. For all our viewers that are watching, from a man's point of view, what does peace look like for you? Because so many people want to get married, so many people want to have peace, so many people want to be happy, but I don't think everybody know what that look like. So if you could describe what peace look like for a black man in that camera, can you tell us, for the women that actually want to know, what does that look like? Because maybe us women, we don't really know what that is and what that look like. So before we close it out, let me know, what does peace look like for a black man?
Peace to look like for a black man
Yes.
is somebody that's always, every time you see him, there's nothing that can get him mad. He don't have a million gray hairs because that come with stress. That mean there ain't no peace for everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But not necessarily because some people just happen to grow gray hairs. It's just a gene that's in the family.
Mhm.
But I feel like anybody that you see, they always happy. Nothing seen them get them mad. It's not saying that they soft. Not saying that you weak. Not saying that it's just you realize in life that, hey man, I'm in peace. It's nothing out here that's gonna get me out of my character. Talking don't mean nothing. That's like a dog that's barking on the other side of the fence. As long as that dog on the other side on the other side of that fence barking, he ain't biting. So by you saying something ain't hurt me. As long as you don't put your finger on me, then that's a different ball field.
Right, right.
So peace to me is anytime I'm chilling, you see me and I'm dancing, I'm having fun. Hey man, don't worry about me. I'm having fun because you know why? I'm not worrying about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worrying about nothing. I'm happy when I get up in the morning. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. And I live life to the fullest and I travel. So that's what peaceful is for me. And that's how any black man's supposed to be. His relationship good. His communication skill with his woman is good. They have fun together. They do things together. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it's not gonna be a little bumpy road, but you make it the best of it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And 98% of the time, your peace gonna come with what's inside of you, and that when you realize, like you see them old cats and be like, you don't even really see them raise their voice. They be like, hey, what's up? Be like, yeah, nah. And they're like, man, why you say that? He say, man, you think I'm gonna waste my time and lose everything I got because of this joker here
Right.
talking about something? He just talking. He ain't put his hand
Mhm.
on me.
Right, 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 right.
So why would I sit here and get out my character for somebody for some bull crap? I'm like that boy Ply say, hey man, if your money ain't up, why I'm arguing with you? Why I'm arguing with somebody that ain't even over here where I'm at or
Don't
doing what
have
I'm
nothing to
doing?
lose.
I don't have nothing. They don't have nothing to lose. So what is it I'm gonna sit here and put myself in a situation for?
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't consider the things that they
You know what I'm
have in
saying?
their
Think
life.
about it. Like, there's so many cats be around here hard. They got ops and these jokers. I don't understand that. I don't get up saying I got nothing. It's the power of the tongue, man.
Yeah, I don't think I have no ops.
I mean, it might be people that might not like me, but I don't know. I don't care if it don't because it's not affecting my
Y'all don't like
pockets.
us?
If nothing don't affect your pockets, why should you worry about it?
Hmm.
Peaceful, man.
That's
Peaceful.
what's
And
up.
that's what peaceful is to me is when nothing don't bother me, nothing don't phase me, and I don't get upset about nothing. Like I just live life and just keep on pushing.
I know that's right.
You
So
know what I'm
on
saying?
that note, if you guys have not already hit the like button, if you have not subscribed, remember you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and on Facebook. Lay it on the line. Miles,
Talk to me.
you got anything you want to say before we close it up?
You know me, I'm always saying, man, live your life to the fullest, man. And, leave your bullshit behind. It's always, every day you wake up, it's another day, a new beginning to start something new. Eliminate all the bull crap, man. When you realize who you are as a person, you don't need nobody to let you know who you are. You should know who you are.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody to stamp that say that you are this person. You should know that within yourself.
Hmm.
Find you somebody that's gonna be with you full and support you fully. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Not somebody that's gonna half step and want to do this and want to do that. Like we gonna go in, we need to go all in together. If not, to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, be at peace with yourself. Stay prayed up. I promise you, everything works. Now you don't have to believe in them. You don't have to do that. You can do what you want to do. But sometime in life, if you don't keep that man in your life, man, things don't you wonder why things don't really maneuver like you need to is because you're not helping him, keeping him in your circle, keeping him within your loop. You'd be surprised how much you can gain when you keep him in your circle. Have a full relationship with him. Like you be on the phone with these little females, come and say, no, you be on the phone with them dudes, come and say, try to get money from this dude and see what this dude gonna do. Keep him in your life, man. You won't have to worry about all that.
Yeah. Amen.
Speak to him.
Amen.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? As long as you do that, you'll always be miles ahead.
Words
Better
behind.
believe it.
All right. Well, on that note, thank y'all for laying it on the line. We'll catch y'all next time.
And we out of here.
Bad bitch, bad bitch. She holding, see. Tough love, she's tough, tough, tough enough to make the whole clique bigger. She's tough enough to make you wanna take her with you. She's tough. The way that her body moves, the way she puts emphasis on everything that she do. Can't help but stop, can't